day, take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been thinking for myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out of my mind. Just without thinking about you. Just without thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Giving we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging on myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just, yeah, you always make me feel like, yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. Just stop thinking about you. Just stop thinking about you.
NationIvy.com. Mr. Ivy know the show must go on. As far as Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised arms, closed fists, yeah, too strong. Team NI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Cop squats in, listen to the real, jumping like hopscotch. Nobody harder than, oh no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlatives, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airways, we talk about it. Brand new like the templates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? Jono be the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of Grippos. Show you where the bricks at, Cincinnati Reds at. One time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at. It's the 5-1-3, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. A beautiful Monday. Great to be with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the Nathan Ivy Show, where nothing is funnier than the truth. Men are allowed to be men, and lames get their planes shot down like John McCain. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful Monday. Perhaps the Monday after the best week ever in Cincinnati. Did we just experience the best week ever? Maybe we did. I think we did. Good morning to you. Good morning. So on today's show, I want to talk about the movie Nope and a smattering of curated topics on people, politics, and pleasure for your edutainment this morning. Good morning to you. Please lift this up with a like or a share, or don't. It's completely up to you. Good morning to you. I want to share with you very quickly while I'm on Nope. I want to talk about the new Wakanda Forever trailer and sort of maybe parallel that to some things in the real world, perhaps. And did we just see the best week of the year in the city of Cincinnati? I'll say it again, my friends. Big things are happening in the city of Cincinnati. I want to talk about it. Big things are happening. Despite the fact you always going to have some nonsense. I didn't get a chance to get out to many events over the weekend. Nursing an injury, when you get up in age and you're working out, sometimes the body breaks down and you got to do what you got to do. So I had to set things down and slow things down over the weekend so I can speed things up in the weeks and months to follow. But I do know that via my Facebook and many contacts throughout the city, it seems like people was out and about and having a great time. First off, we just had a Black Tech Week. Shout out to the people behind Black Tech Week. Again, that's making Cincinnati look good, giving people a reason to get out and giving people from outside the 513 a different way of looking at Cincinnati. I'll say it again, my friends, because many of us are Cincinnatians, so it's hard for us to look outside of ourselves. But when visitors from other cities, even other countries, come to Cincinnati, they love it. They absolutely love it. They love Cincinnati. They rave about Cincinnati. They like Cincinnati in ways that even Cincinnatians don't think about Cincinnati. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to them coming back next year. And then this might have caught some people by surprise. I was surprised at how many people within my own circle that when I talked about Black Tech Week, it wasn't on their radar screen at all. That surprised the heck out of me. What's up, Pamela? Good morning to you. What up, Ray? Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was fabulous. Like I said, I'm nursing an injury, so I got a chance to rest and just do our thing. Yesterday was the wifey and I 22nd year anniversary. It's funny, man. I'm like 22 years. Where did it all come? Where did all the time go, should I say? Where did it go? That time goes so fast. So we spent yesterday sort of doing the whole, merry anniversary thing. And a lot of it was just kind of reflection. We do that every single year. We kind of look back over the last 22 years. And in particular, we relive our wedding day. We relive the wedding day. Modern day people don't really feel all that high on marriage. And I completely understand why. Because if you marry the wrong person, then you're going to have a lot of hell to deal with. It's just as simple as that. I understand completely. Through our 22 years, we've seen family members and friends relationships break up. That marriage thing is not to be taken lightly. I'll say it again. It's not to be taken lightly. It's one of the biggest conversations or biggest decisions you're ever going to make. And for me, I'll say it again. Marriage is a business. It's the business of long-term cohabitation. Long-term cohabitation. That's what it is. Modern day, a lot of these millennials don't want to get married. Like the thought of being monogamous is like too much for them. They're like, what? Monogamy? But you can get married and not be monogamous. Just marry somebody that's into that. Just marry somebody that's into that. You know what I'm saying? You can get married your way. You just got to find somebody that's into it. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that's into whatever you're into. And listen, believe me, there's a lot of people in this world with a lot of different viewpoints from all different spectrums and colors and backgrounds. I don't have any secret sauce. Part of the sauce of long-term marriage is choosing wisely, which As much as you might have your little indicators and your rules and this, that, and the other, you never know because people change. People change. They get married, they change. They change because they try to live up to what they have in their head about what a marriage is supposed to be. Or after many, many years, they start to mature and get a better sense of themselves. I don't really you're gonna have kids, I would promote marriage. But other than that, I say the number one thing you should be married to is yourself. That's it. That's it. You love yourself, you know yourself first, then you might be in a position to get married. If you don't know yourself and love yourself, and again, who thinks they don't love themselves or know themselves? Nobody. Everybody thinks they know themselves and love themselves. I'm saying it's a crapshoot. It really is. What I would say is look at the parents of your prospective person that you're going to be with. Look at the parents. Look at the relationship that the woman in your life that you might be thinking about marrying. Look at the relationship she has with her mother. Look at the relationship she has with her father. Look at her. Look at the relationship she had with the men before you and how she talks about them. That gives you a big indication. Medium Buddha right now, and when I was her age, I felt the same way. She was like, "Ooh, marriage. I ain't trying to get married. I'm trying to live my life." I'm like, yeah, "Okay, do it, sis. I love it. I love it." The number one thing my daughter can say to me is if she comes home and say, "Dad, I know myself." That's it. Not, "Dad, I found some Negro or I found somebody else." Find yourself. It's the number one rule, man. Number one rule. But cohabitation, i.e., legal marriage, is dope. It's dope. You got a buddy, y'all see eye to eye. You got two incomes. They're weak where you're strong where they're weak. They got your back, you got their back. Oh my gosh. That's super dope. Super dope. But also very, very rare. Good morning to you. James writes, Wakanda is embarrassing. Oh, James back for the nonsense already, huh? Good morning to you, James. That's how the hell you want to start? That's the first comment you got, bro. Gosh darn it. Good morning to you. I want to give you a non-spoiler review of Jordan Peele's new movie, Nope. Has anybody got a chance to say, hey, good morning, everybody? I'm here. Medium Buddha and I went to go check it out on Friday. We were so excited. At least I was excited. I was so excited, man. Oh, my God. I love me some Jordan Peele. I'm a big fan of sci-fi horror. Big fan of sci-fi horror to the point where, admittedly, I have wasted my money on movies because I just am excited about where the director and the producers are going to push the genre. All right. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that used to read sci-fi graphic novels. If you're really into sci-fi and you're really, really into sci-fi, the best sci-fi is not in movies. The best sci-fi is in graphic novels. Many of these television shows and movies are based upon graphic novels. And good sci-fi is really, really, really good sci-fi. Really, really good sci-fi is commentary about human beings in the world we live in. That's the best stuff. And to this point, I think I've watched all of Jordan Peele's movie. The only thing about Jordan Peele that I haven't watched is Peele and Key. I don't really have an appetite for Peele and Key. I had a couple buddies that were really into it, or one in particular. He tried to turn me on to it. I never got turned on to it. It just wasn't my kind of humor. Just wasn't my kind of humor, so I never got into it. I know they had like a cult following on Comedy Channel, something like that. Great for them. But all of his movies I've seen, and in some of them I've seen several times. I've seen Get Out several times. I've seen Us several times. I've seen Candyman at least twice. And I've now seen Nope. On top of that, Jordan Peele, he picked up and did a couple of seasons of The Twilight Zone. I've watched all of those. So I've got a good sense of like Jordan Peele, and he's kind of moving in a certain direction. Now, I want to talk about who will like and who will not like this movie, but I'm not going to spoil a damn thing for you. Man, these gosh darn people. So I posted something on Facebook about, it was on Friday. I think I posted like, look, we just got in and I'm yup on Nope. Okay, a little play on words. And people started, giving different opinions. Some people have seen it and they liked it, and some people saw it and they was confused by it, and then some people just didn't like it. Some of the folks, at least one of the people that didn't like it, started putting elements of the plot in there. Well, here's what the movie's about. I'm like, gosh darn, spoil ass mofo. Don't spoil the movie. I mean, yeah, sure, you can go on YouTube and watch all these reviews. It'll spoil it for you, but that's people are pressing play because they want to. I didn't want to like give too much of the movie for people who haven't seen it. And people just love to spoil stuff, don't they? Gosh darn it, I can't never go see a movie with you. I just can't go see movies, everybody. Like, if you talk too much in a movie, you're gonna irritate the hell out of me. It's closed lips time. Let's watch the movie. I don't want to hear what you think. Gosh darn, you ever watch a television show with somebody and it's like, are you not watching? They keep asking you, what happened? What they say? What's that mean? What's that door? I'm like, I can't even enjoy the movie. I'm never watching the movie with you again, right? Shout out to T.G. Stearns Enzi, man. I can watch a movie with T.G. Stearns Enzi. He watches the movie with his mouth closed. He ain't talking through the damn thing. Same thing with Media Buddha. She's been taught very, very well. But shame on you, man. Don't spoil it for other people. I'm telling you, humans worse than COVID. Gosh darn it. Don't spoil the movie for the other people, man. Let people have their fun. But I totally understand it. So I'm going to give you a non-spoiler review very, very quickly because I waste my time and money so you don't. And the way that I classify things is I classify it straight off the top with, is it worth your time or is it not worth your time? Nope is definitely worth your time. If this is why I'm yep on Nope. So let me break this down for you. So, for a sci-fi movie, the special effects matter. How it looks matter. Typically with sci-fi movies, they'll bring in some special effects or CGI or whatever, and you're going to judge the movie by the way it looks. And visually, Nope is stunning. The nighttime scenes are like some of the best nighttime scenes that I've seen. I don't know how he shot that, but it's like nighttime and you can tell it, but everything is fully illuminated in terms of what's important to be on the screen. And it looks really, really good. I can't think of a better nighttime scene movie that I can remember. I haven't seen everything. Looks very, very good. The aerial scenes look very good, especially near the end of the movie. They look very, very good. They're seamless, very seamless transitions. I don't know how much money they spent on this movie, but whatever they did, maybe technology's catching up. It just looks good. And again, sci-fi movies, you want sci-fi movies to look good. This movie looks good. The special effects are seamless. When judging sci-fi movies, special effects matter. The special effects in this movie are seamless. Let's talk about the audio. The movie sounds great. The movie sounds like a big Hollywood production. It sounds good. The soundtrack, and it has its own style of audio, right? And the soundtrack and the audio is in rhythm with the video and the images and the plot. It all moves together. So it's visually stunning. The audio is great. Let's talk about the acting. All strong across the board. The standout of the movie, in my opinion, I think most people are going to say two. They're probably going to say the two main characters. And this centers around a Black family. So, this is in the trailer. You can get this anywhere. But essentially, you got this Black family that works with Hollywood. And they provide horses for Hollywood movies and Hollywood TV shows. So that's essentially what they do. So they run a horse farm, and that's what their family has been doing for some time. And then things start to happen. Is it a UFO movie? It certainly is. In terms of the stars of the movie, you got Keke Palmer. She plays Emerald. She's pretty good. Daniel Kaluuya, who is, in my opinion, is a standout. He plays OJ. Yeah, OJ. You got Stephen Young, and then you got Michael Wincott, who, if anybody knows, this guy is like one of the best actors that plays bad guys in different movies. It's just from his look to his face to his voice. He just plays it perfectly. And also Donna Mills has a small role in the movie as well. But Daniel Kaluuya, who also played in Get Out, that's the dark-skinned brother. He also played in the first Wakanda movie, the first Black Panther movie. He's not going to be in the upcoming movie Wakanda Forever because he was working on this movie. At least that's what's on the internet. But that brother is a special talent. Daniel Kaluuya is a special talent. And what he's good at is he is superlative at being silent. His nonverbals are a dub. His nonverbals are a dub. I mean, he's off the charts with it. And if you think about it, if you saw Get Out, that's what made Get Out so good. It was his nonverbals. Remember when he was going into the sunken place? That was like the movie poster, like that look he had. He's excellent at that. He is excellent at that. Excellent. And he plays that talent is used to perfection in this movie, because he does a lot of communication without saying a word. So visually is stunning. The audio is great. The acting and performances are strong across the board. Let's talk about Jordan Peele. Like, Jordan Peele challenges the genre of sci-fi. Like, if you say you want to go see a Jordan Peele sci-fi movie, then he doesn't do Star Trek. He doesn't do Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? This kind of leads me into the kind of people who I think will like this movie and will not like this movie. If you like Jordan Peele, you go to see his movies because you want to see how he was going to challenge the genre of whatever type of movie he is making, right? You don't go see Jordan Peele expecting Star Wars. He doesn't make those kind of movies. To me, Nope is easily one of his best. Like, if most people, and my daughter and I were trying to rank Jordan Peele's movies, and we both agreed that Get Out was number one. Get Out number one. And after that would be Us. And then after that, previous to Friday, after that would be Candyman, which you got to go check it out for yourself. Okay. Again, he's not a straightforward filmmaker. He's just not like that. He's got multiple targets in a lot of his movies. This movie is no different. This movie has a lot of different targets. I think it hits all his targets, but I can see why some people might come away from it like, what was that all at? What was that all about? But again, that's quintessential Jordan Peele. That's what you're gonna get of it. To me, good sci-fi / horror can take the mundane and make it scary, or make you think twice, or take a second look at something. That's what good sci-fi is. A lot of people I've read from critics, they're comparing this movie to Signs, M. Night Shyamalan. I get it on some levels. I would put Jordan Peele in his own category, but I can understand the comparisons between him and M. Night Shyamalan. I get it. They do some things that are very, very similar. Like in M. Night Shyamalan, what he was so good at is what I just said. In some of his movies, he's really good at taking something mundane, something that we look at every single day, and making it scary as hell, right? He's very good at that. Taking something that's, we just run of the mill and we take for granted, and making it terrifying. So I get that. But I would put Jordan Peele in his own classification, as I would with anybody else. So those are my reasons as to why I'm yep on Moat. Visually, it looks good. It's stunning visually. It's stunning. Audio, great. Acting performance is all strong. And then Jordan Peele's storytelling is just different. It's different. This movie is, once again, on some levels, it's a straight up sci-fi movie. You got that element with the twist. On the other angle, it's about the spectacle of human beings and how human beings want to cash in on spectacles. You get a little some of that. It's about the contributions of Black people being overlooked. There's elements of that. So again, there's a lot of targets throughout it. So here are the people who I think may not like the movie. If you're absolutely not a sci-fi fan, you probably won't like it. You probably won't like it. If your sci-fi is just not what you do, it's probably not going to be for you. Okay. People who like sci-fi but don't know Jordan Peele. So, everybody does sci-fi different. If for you the pinnacle of sci-fi is Star Wars and Star Trek, and that's like the apex for you, and you like those kind of movies, you may not like what Jordan Peele offers, because Jordan Peele is he's a bit more complex from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some sci-fi movies are very similar to like action movies in the sense that you got a good guy, you got a bad guy. The good guy is trying to stop the bad guy from doing something. And then in between is the technology and laser beams and spacecrafts. That's one form of sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? That that would probably describe your typical Star Trek, Star Wars, things like that. Those movies are fine. That's not what Jordan Peele does. People who like straightforward plots, like if you somebody that just like you just want a straightforward simple action movie, and all this other little targets over here, you kind of get confused. You kind of like you can't really follow it. It's like, wait a minute, aren't they? Where's the car chase scene? You may not like it. People who like UFO alien movies, but you don't know Jordan Peele, so you might be walking in there expecting one thing and you get something different. For me, I've developed over the years as a cultural critic the ability to just have a clean canvas. I just walk in and I don't have any expectations whatsoever. Just show me what you got. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read anything, I haven't seen anything. Just show me what you got, filmmaker, and then I'll make a decision as to how it makes me feel. Jordan Peele fans who've only seen Get Out. Like if you've only seen Get Out and then you go see Nope, you may not like it because Get Out is not like Nope. Get Out was far more it was far more like clean edges and straightforward, right? The overall plot, has some things to say about us and race relations, but it's pretty much straightforward, right? Good guys, bad guys. They're trying to do something to the brother. The brother's trying to stop them and get away. It's very, very simple. If you really like sci-fi, then you want things that you like about sci-fi to be challenged, right? That's just how I look at it. Like, if you really, 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 really are into sci-fi, then you come with no assumptions and you're ready for the ride. And not everybody's ready for that. Most people have preconceived notions as to what they want to see, but those are the kind of people that I think may not like this movie. The people who will like the movies, as I said, if you really like sci-fi and you're even open to the things that you like about sci-fi to be challenged, you're gonna like it. If you've seen all of Jordan Peele's movies and you've seen the Twilight Zones he's done and you're still into it, you're probably gonna like it. Um, if if you like Easter eggs and you like subtlety and you like watching the movie the second time to see things you missed the first time, and that's the kind of person you're into. If you like to go to YouTube videos and then they have these Easter egg videos where they teach you and they show you all the things you might have missed, even small details, you might like it. You might like it. But there it is, my non-spoiler review of not Get Out, of Nope. I would say it's worth your time. If again, if you are a Jordan Peele fan, it's worth your time. If you are really into sci-fi, like wherever it takes you is wherever it takes you, then you're gonna like it, and you'll probably think that it's worth your time. I think that Jordan Peele is a genius. Quite honestly, he's a genius, and to me, Get Out first. I will put Nope. To me, Nope is right there with Us, if not just a little bit higher in my mind. So I would put Nope second, Us third, and Candyman a far fourth. That's just me. But what do you think? What do you think? 513-873-7134. So that's my non-spoiler review of Nope. Check it out. Tell me what you think. And I can't wait to see it again just because I like those kind of movies. Something different. Like I said, when you look up in the sky, if you go see that movie, when you look up in the sky, you see clouds, you're gonna think a little different. Like, I wonder if Jordan is right. So a little something different for you. But check it out. But worth your time if you're into that kind of stuff. If you're into it, if you're not into it, we'll have to wait and see. What's Star Trek? Star Trek? Star Trek? Star Trek? Star Trek? You know what the hell I'm trying to say, man? Star Trek. Sorry for my Trekkies out there. You got to get it right. I know. I said, what's Star Trek? It's a new facility open over on Reading Road. Oh man, Jordan Peele is a genius. Yes, he is. The man is very good at what he does. He's very, very good. Brent writes, Nate, you butchering names today, man. I butcher names every day, bro. I try to be good though. But thank you for the correction, brother. Brandy Renee's in the house. Wow is better than Get Out, because that was my favorite. It's I can understand why people like Get Out, especially black people. I bet you black people by and large like Get Out more than anybody else because it spoke to us in the way we feel about the whites and the way they feel about us. So it was great. It was what it was saying about the world around us fit perfectly over what we say about the world around us. Pretty straightforward. It's not like Get Out in that sense, but it is a Jordan Peele movie. It's classically Jordan Peele, 100%. That's just me. So for me, I'd say Get Out, followed by Nope, then followed by Us, and then distantly followed by Candyman. That's just me. You might have a different way of ranking them. That's just me. OJ Simpson's in Nope. Did he kill a white couple in the movie? I never said OJ Simpson. I said OJ. David Kaluuya, who is the dark-skinned brother who was in Get Out, he's also in one of the lead roles in this movie. He plays Otis James, OJ Jr. in the movie. And he and Keke Palmer, they are their legacy, their family legacy is in Hollywood. You know, their family's worked in Hollywood since the beginning of Hollywood. So again, Daniel Kaluuya is an excellent actor. I understand now why Jordan Peele says he is his favorite actor to work with. I get it now. Because the dude is just supremely talented at being silent, like not saying anything and then like communicating with your facial expressions and your eyes. He is super good at that. Super good at that, man. And you got to give the brother his his props. Daryl writes, there will be no Star Trek, Star Wars slander, Nate. None intended. You know, I love those, but I'm just wanting people to know there's different levels of sci-fi. It's all kind of different levels. The best sci-fi is in the written form. These graphic novels, these comic books, that's the best sci-fi because you can just get more expressive with the written word than you can in a 90-minute or 2-hour movie. So no slander. I'm just saying that those movies are different than Us or different than Nope. They're just different. And if you're the kind of person where you feel like Star Trek is like the pinnacle, which means you love the lightsaber battles and you like seeing the technology and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff, great. But you know, that's not the only way to do sci-fi. That's all I'll say. There are multiple ways of doing it. Let me go all the way back and say good morning to the choppers. Anthony Rice, morning, Chop. Good morning to you. Crystal Rice, good morning. What up, Crystal? Good to see you. Finally fully recovered from COVID. Whoa, God is good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, like I said, you know, my son was home on Thursday and Friday because his CRC camp closed down due to COVID. So we looking at him like, what we got? We got to monitor that COVID. We're not over yet, folks. We're not over COVID. Hamilton County is in the red. I know we just had the best week ever in Cincinnati so far. This is the best week ever in Cincinnati for so far. You have Black Tech Week. Look at all this money that Black people are bringing to the city of Cincinnati, right? And then coinciding with the last couple of days of Black Tech Week, you got the beginning of the Cincinnati Music Fest. You had the second induction of the folks on the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. You got all these great events. You got the Black Taste of Cincinnati. You got all these events that are coinciding. You got speaker series. You got all this stuff happening in the city at one time. Best week ever. Anthony writes, morning, Chops. Good to see everybody. What up, Andrielle? What up, Betting Public Sports Show? We got to catch up, bro. Janice writes, good morning. Ashley is on YouTube. She writes, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Anybody else see Nope yet, or was it just me? Anybody else? Is non-spoiler, but give me your thoughts on it. Good morning to Mr. Nate and all the choppers. Mr. Nate, okay. We guess we can do that. Good day, people. Good morning to you. How do you feel about a Black dictionary coming out in 2025? I haven't heard about it. Let me Google it real quick. Black dictionary. Can you send me a link? I don't. Okay, Henry Louis Gates announced as editor-in-chief of the new Oxford Dictionary of African American Language. The dictionary will acknowledge contributions of notable Black scholars and the evolution of English language. Okay, I'm with the business. Why not? I'm not against it. Okay, I'm with it. Cool. Bring it on. Let's see what it is. Good morning, Nate and Choppers. Good morning, everybody. Jane writes, good morning. Kelly writes, good morning. Irish writes, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Renee writes, good morning. TNT writes, good morning. She writes, happy anniversary to you both. Thank you so much. Yeah, 22 years in. My advice is a couple things. One is choose wisely at the very beginning. There's some decisions that, once you make the decision, you open up a floodgate of things and a series of events that you can't stop. Marriage is one of them kind of things. I've come to realize that, some of that is a crapshoot. Like, you could be with somebody and think you know them and get married to them and they flip on you. It's hard to say. I don't believe in long-term suffering. Our God did not create me to be in a long-term relationship to suffer. I ain't doing that. I know some people have mixed feelings about divorce. I don't have no mixed feelings about divorce at all. Divorce is a tool to happiness. Ain't no reason in the world why you should be unhappy. And we're all driven by God. But some people are driven by their own personal code, their own personal standards as well. And I'll say it, God may be a lot of things, but that Bible should not allow you, it shouldn't be a ball and chain. You know what I'm saying? Bump all that. Life too short. Life is too short. So if it ain't working out and you give it some time, leave it. You got to stay in it. Sometimes people stay in these relationships too long, I think, and they just be long-term suffering. That's all you're doing. God don't want you to suffer. I don't believe that. Bump them vows. I'll say it again. Bump the vows. Them vows don't mean nothing if you ain't happy. They don't mean nothing. And some people, I've seen it. They stay in these relationships way too long. Come on, some Jesus wants you to stay in a relationship. Man, please. Let Jesus come down here and deal with this nonsense. Life's too short. That's what I would say. If it ain't right for you, then don't stay in it. It's real simple. It's very, very simple. But people around you try to tell you, oh, you got to stick it out. And I believe in sticking it out. I believe in going through hard times. Me and the wifeys went through hard times. Every relationship goes through hard times. Absolutely. I'm just saying, when the writing's on the wall, listen to it and act on it. I never seen Black Panther. It's just a fantasy movie. You never seen the Black Panther? Oh, damn it, man. You need fantasy movies. Sometimes we got to disengage from this crazy world and just have some fun. So, yeah, I watched the trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and it's dope. It's very emotional. Of course, they're going to figure out a way to explain the death of T'Challa, a.k.a. played in real life by Chadwick Boseman, who was longtime suffering and just hid it from everybody because he wanted to keep acting and keep doing his thing. But now they got to explain it. What I can tell you is that in the movie, in the comic book, his little sister, Shuri, who was introduced in the first Black Panther movie, became the Black Panther. I can't remember the circumstances. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see that. Black female superhero, that'd be great. She can be Black Panther, cool. But the trailer looks really dope. I'm not going to play it for you here. You can find it on YouTube. I posted on my Facebook page, The Nathan Ivey Show. You can check it out there if you like, or I'm sure it's everywhere now on Facebook, and check it out for yourself. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Just some mindless disengagement. That's it. Unplugging from this crazy world. Gas prices, inflation, the price of food, the price of college, the price of everything these days. On top of the crazy world we live in, dealing with humans worse than COVID, and all the other things we got to deal with. Sometimes you want to get away from everything and spend 2 hours in a dark movie theater just focusing on this. And that's a good thing. TNT writes, happy anniversary. Oh, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, 22 years. I don't know where the time goes. I don't know. It goes so quick, it goes so fast. Black love, Black marriage matters. It absolutely matters. Absolutely it matters. No doubt about it. 100%. All about that Black love. A happy anniversary to you and the wife, Nate. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Crystal writes, I went to see Nope. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm a little confused. Like some people were on my Facebook page, like this was an absolute horrible movie. And then reiterating the plot. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you got your opinion. But it makes me wonder. Sometimes I think people, they go into the movie theaters expecting something. And in some movies, you can do that. Like if you go to see Star Wars, you should expect lightsaber battles. You should expect lasers. Okay, great. I get it. That's not Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is something different. Marriage needs to be promoted in the Black community. I don't know if marriage needs to be promoted in the Black community. I think self-love needs to be promoted in the Black community. Like I said, the ultimate goal in life is not to get married. That was never my ultimate goal. In fact, I never thought I was going to get married. You know, I'm teaching my daughter. I've told her straight up, I don't give a damn about you walking in here talking about you get married. That's not your goal. My goal for you is that you find yourself. That's the number one goal I have for my children. Go find yourself. Many people never find themselves because they're always distracted. They're always distracted, or they got some Negro or got some woman in their face. That's distracting you from finding you. Like how many people meditate? How many people are quiet, like on a weekly basis, to really figure out what the voice is in your head? Many people don't do that. And now we live in a world where we got these cell phones that takes us away from it. So I would say that self-love, finding yourself, like who you are, should be promoted in the Black community. And if that leads to marriage in a very wholesome way, I'm with it. I'm with it. But self-love, that's the number one marriage. Number one person you should be married to and understand more than anybody else is yourself. And that sounds so simple, but I guarantee you that many people in the audience right now have not done the work. It's hard work. It's very hard work. Most people get into their 50s and 60s and still don't know who they are. Still trying to figure out what they really like, what you like to eat, what you really like to do, what you want to do with your time, the kind of movies that you really like, because they've been socializing with people so much, they just kind of following other people's leads and what other people like to get into a marriage. It's what she likes, it's what he likes. And they wake up 20 years later and they want out because they feel like the marriage is blocking them from figuring out who they really are. No, it's you. It's you. Hardest work you're ever going to do is figuring you out, let alone trying to figure out a whole different human being. That's impossible. It is utterly impossible. I think, I don't know what the numbers are, but I bet you a significant percentage of marriages fail because people get into marriages thinking that the other person is going to make them happy. That's not what marriage is about. You should already be happy. But I'm speaking to the choir here. Anybody feel me on this? Mika writes, good morning, Choppers. Last day of vacation, huh? Yeah, got that. But at least you got today. At least you got today. So enjoy it. Damn, you got a Monday off? That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Does Nope tie into Get Out? No, it does not. I don't think these movies are in the same universes. I think they're in different universes. So no, it doesn't tie into Get Out at all. Nope. Mika writes, happy anniversary. Thank you so much. I'll relay that to the wifey. Thank you so much. Brent writes, good morning, the Choppers, checking in from Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much. I get Jordan Peele is trying to get more Black people in horror genre, but it's the same rhetoric. I don't know if he's trying to get more people into the Black people in the genre. I don't know what his goal is. I don't know. Or if he just is a Black man who is into that genre and he's speaking from a Black creator's perspective when he makes these movies. I don't know. I have no idea. Tiff writes, let's talk about that Black Panther trailer dropped this weekend. I can't wait till 11/11. Yeah, it's going to be dope. Yes. You're getting the introduction of some new characters like the Submariner, Akuma, Ironheart. Ironheart is going to be like the new Iron Man. The character's name is Riri Williams. And it's a young sister. In the comic books, she was just ahead of her time in terms. She was a genius, and she got a hold of some of Tony Stark's technology, and she built her own Iron Man suit. But she calls herself Iron Heart. She was introduced in the trailer. She's going to be a part of the new Marvel Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie coming up in November. So and over the weekend, you had Marvel Com, I think, Comic Con, and Marvel Studios did a presentation in which they laid out all of the movies and all of the series between now and 2025. So if you go on YouTube and type it in, you'll find it, and they do a full reveal of everything that you are going to expect, and everything. They got all kind of stuff, new Avengers, they got Disney Plus stuff, they got all kind of stuff that's coming up. So if you're into that Marvel universe, they got you covered for the next 3 years. It's nothing but Marvel stuff coming out. So get ready for it. Brent writes, Nate, the show is called Key and Peele, and it's on Comedy Central, right? Did I say Peele and Key? Yeah, Key and Peele. You're right about that. Comedy Central, correct. Tiff writes, I haven't heard anyone say it was good except you, Nate. Okay. Well, again, to each their own. You're gonna have different opinions. Have I ever told you wrong before? I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's why I try to I try to use my words very carefully. And I wanted to tell you the kind of people I think will and will not like the movie. So again, Jordan, if you go to see Jordan Peele, you want Jordan Peele, you want to see how he's going to challenge the genre. And there's many ways of challenging the genre of a particular type of movie. Like one way, especially in sci-fi, is they stretch the boundaries of it because they make advances in special effects. Like it looks a certain way and sounds a certain way that maybe movies before that never did. Like I said, this movie visually is stunning. It looks great. Every shot looks great. The UFO shots look great. They're seamless. And in particular, the nighttime scenes are some of the best I've seen. I can't remember a movie that looks that good in the dark in terms of, it's nighttime, but all of the main elements are perfectly illuminated and it all works. The audio is superlative. The acting is superlative. There are no weak actors in this, in my opinion. Even mixing some comedy, which I think is hard to do in a sci-fi movie, sci-fi horror-ish movie. To inject comedy, I think is very, very hard to do. It's a tightrope that I thought that Jordan Peele did a great job at. All along, I mean, I'm not saying it's just the best movie I've ever seen. I'm not saying that, but if you meet all those caveats, it's worth your time. It's worth your time. Let me see. Y'all would watch Wakanda Forever without Boseman? Now, yeah, I would, because I think that the franchise of Black Panther and what that means for the culture is bigger than Chadwick Boseman. At first, I was like, nah, shut it down. Don't do any more movies. But now I feel like, nah, the show must go. Wakanda is bigger than Black Panther. It's bigger than any actor that can play Black Panther. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Nathan, which did you like more, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or So Long and Thanks for All the Fish? I don't think I've seen So Long and I don't think I've seen So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I watched it. It's all right. Wasn't my favorite. I don't know the second movie you've named there. I don't think I've seen that. James writes, have a look at the Stepford Wives. If you've not already, it's 80% that film. Jordan just sprinkled in with racial stereotypes. Yeah, I think you made that point on Friday, James, and I disagree with you, but you can have your opinion. It is what it is. Good morning, everybody. Roy's in the house. What up, Roy? Brent writes, did the theaters have the butter topping for the popcorn? Did the sort? I don't know what the hell they talk about. I'll let you have that conversation. What up, Tehran? What up? What up? Or getting asked a question during the movie. I'm like, I'm watching the movie with you. Like, I know what's gonna happen. People, right? Can't go see movies with everybody. What up, Tehran? What up? What up? What up? Nathan, it was like a mystery. You talking about the movie? Yeah, some parts of it is. Like I said, if you've seen it, I think what I found very interesting was to go back and look at some of these reviews, look at and to see what other people thought about it, and see if that jives with your opinion. It may or may not. Brandy writes, "Good morning." OJ Simpson and nope. Did he kill? No, he not OJ Simpson, but OJ. That's the name of the Daniel Kaluuya's character. Targets everywhere. That's right. That's right. Jordan Peele's a genius. That's right. Brian writes, "Good morning." What up, Brian? Nate, you are butchering names today. I think I read that earlier. You're right about that. Pat writes, "Good morning." Teron writes, "Who watched the Twilight Zone series?" I have watched the Twilight Zone series. I think I might have missed one or two of them, but I've watched most of them. And again, it's Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, that kind of stuff. If you ever watched the Outer Limits and Twilight Zone, this Note movie could be one of those series. It could be one of those episodes. Absolutely 100%. Kenneth writes, "Peace and love, family." Brett writes, "Nathan, what is Star Trek?" You know what it is. Get Out was funny to me. I saw it with an audience of mostly white people, and I was sitting next to a black couple. We were the only ones laughing in the theater. Yeah, because the good white folks didn't want to come across as being insensitive. You know that. TNT writes, "It wasn't scary in M. Night Shyamalan movies is a great comparison. Not scaries, and the trailers are fugazi to lure you into one big nothing." Yes, he did revise that series. Tip writes, "Nate is trying to make us like these movies so bad." No, I'm just making my argument. Shit, like what you like. Don't like it. Makes no difference to me. Makes me trust me, it makes me no difference. I'm just trying to give you my thoughts about it. Let me see. Tehran writes, "My ex always said about the clouds, especially last year, it was so interesting to see the same concept in a movie." I like movies like Beloved because it leaves you wondering at the end. Okay. Jerica writes, "If you haven't seen the trailer for Black Panther 2, please do. It's a tear jerker. It's definitely emotional. Definitely emotional. The soundtrack for the trailer is spot on, spot on. And you know what? I saw Ryan Coogler. The last time I saw Ryan Coogler on video was when he was getting arrested because he was trying to get his money out. Remember that? That was so wrong. Remember he got arrested? He went up to the bank. He had on a mask because of COVID. He had on some shades because it was sunny outside. And he had, one of those Scully hats on, but they roll up the edges. That's like a lot of people do that these days. That's like an old school, now new school style. And he got arrested because a black woman said she was afraid of him. He gave her a note saying, "Hey, I want to get X amount of dollars out of my account." And this black woman freaked all out and ended up calling the police. He got arrested and everything. I guess he decided not to press charges. I guess so. I guess. Or maybe he didn't have a case. He wanted to let it go. Black people have good spirits, man. 99.9% of the stuff that happens to black people as they go around that you can have a case for, most black people just let it go because they don't want no problems. They just want to go back to their life. And it looks like that's what Ryan Coogler did. But it was very interesting seeing him. I'm like, subhuman is superhuman, right? Even with Ryan Coogler. I mean, the brother is, the brother's director for a multi-million-dollar franchise, Black Panther, that everybody loves and recognizes. But when they didn't recognize him, he was just an everyday average Negro trying to stick up a bank with no gun. Right? It was crazy, man. That was crazy. I ain't gonna never forget that, man. That was the same dude that did Ryan Coogler. That's the same dude that is the director and the writer of the Black Panther series. The brother's like 36 years old, black excellent, and he went to the bank and they thought he was just an average Negro, and he had to explain himself, hands behind his back. And black people was making excuses like he deserved it. He know he supposed to have no shades on. You supposed to take off your mask and your shades because you black. You got to act different. Black people got to act different. All this kind of crazy stuff. The brother's a whole multi-millionaire. He's like a big time somebody in terms of these Marvel movies anyway. Very talented. I think most people are going to say that first Black Panther was super good. And I would suspect the second one would be good as well. You have people like Candace Owens and all these black, not black folks that love to be, they love to be good black folks for the Republican Party. It was coming out criticizing the brother. Why do you have glasses on? You can clearly see it's sunny outside. Maybe his glasses were prescription. I wear prescription sunglasses. So when I go inside, sometimes I keep them on because I need to see. And I don't want to be carrying my other glasses and take them off. I shouldn't have to do all of that. I ain't going to jump through all these hoops just because you got some racial issues. No, I don't got to do all that. Remember that? That's the same Ryan Coogler. Everybody about to be all on his lap, all on his, because, he's going to get in all this press now because of these movies. I just want to remind y'all that it's the same brother. Let me see. I got an image right here I put on the screen. You can clearly see why he got sunglasses on. He should have took the sunglasses off. He should have identified himself, because you know how black folks got to move differently. Man, everybody don't want to do that, though. Everybody don't want to have to do all that, jumping through hoops and right leg boss, right leg, jump on my right leg, left leg boss. Everybody don't want to do that. Thank you so much. How'd you sleep? Happy day after anniversary. He'll get over it. What do you think? Okay. Okay, let him go then. Let him go. He goes then. I'm cool with that. My son. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna play this for you so you can see. This is Ryan Coogler getting arrested. Now everybody gonna be all over him and giving him nothing but props. Let's not forget when they didn't recognize him. This is what happens when they don't recognize you. That's Ryan Coogler right there. Now you see the light coming in from the window. That's why he's got shades on. Why he got them shades on? He should take the shades off to identify himself. Let them people see your eyes. What is he, a horse? Let them people see your eyes, boy, so they know you're non-threatening. Everybody don't want to jump through hoops and do all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you forget. He forgot. He thought he was just Ryan Coogler, I don't know, director of some of the most profitable Marvel movies. He thought he was just a regular degular guy. He forgot I am black. He'll remember next time. He will remember next time. We'll teach you. We'll teach you. There you coming to this bank. So that was Ryan Coogler. What was it, last year? I think it was. And they just didn't recognize him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute, guys. He's Ryan Coogler. They thought he was just regular Dagler. They just didn't know. I still say that was wrong, man. That was wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with what this brother got on. You ever heard of COVID? That's why people wear masks these days. You ever heard of sunglasses? People wear sunglasses in the sun. You can clearly see through that window the sun is out. He should have took that off. Like, how many people rob a bank and they got a name badge on? Look at a badge right there on them. How many people do that? And it was a black woman that turned them in. It be us, man. Black folks is sometimes black folks' own worst enemy. It's sad. Free Ryan Coogler. Well, he was free because over the weekend he was at Comic-Con in his full glory. He came on and he introduced all of the people, all of the actors and actresses, all of the performers who are going to be stars in the new Black Panther movie. The only person that wasn't there was Angela Bassett. She was the only person that wasn't there. Everybody else from the movie, like all the names. Let me show you an image of Ryan Coogler, you know what I'm saying, when he's Ryan Coogler and not suspect. Oh my God, you can't make this up. You cannot make. So that was him then. This is him over the weekend. That's Ryan Coogler at Comic-Con. Look at it. It's the same brother, but he looked different. See, right there, He's a multi-million-dollar, top flight, well sought after writer and director. Right here, he's just an ordinary Negro. They don't recognize you. See, that was in Comic-Con over the weekend. He was on stage. It was clapping and everything. Ryan Coogler, Ryan Coogler. A few months ago, we don't know you, Negro. You're in here asking for your own money. How do you get arrested asking for your own money? The man's a multimillionaire. Why is he robbing a bank with a name tag on? Clearly racial profiling by your own people. Yes, right. Black people racially profile other black people. I know it's hard. Yes, they do. They do. They do. Good morning to you. Still talking about Nope. So no, Nikki, I ain't trying to make you do anything. I don't care if you don't like the movie, don't like it or watch it. Well, I'm just giving you my one man's non-spoiler review. Take it or don't take it. Again, I waste my time and my money so that you don't do the same thing. Make your own decision. But see, I don't let other people tell me what's a good movie and not a good movie because, especially when it comes to sci-fi, because most people are like overly simplistic with their critiques, meaning like it's good or bad. A good sci-fi movie might have a great plot, but a bad delivery. A good sci-fi movie might have a great plot, but bad special effects. You can have a movie that has great acting, but the plot is not what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like sometimes when I hear people critiquing movies, they become absolute with it. It's like good or bad. And I'm like, let me see it for myself. Let me decide for myself. And I say the same thing to you. Decide for yourself. Circle back and decide for yourself. Check it out. You went out to Liberty Town Square to see Nope? Okay. Yeah, wherever. And I support black directors too. Yeah, I don't always go spend my money these days because I got a Fire Stick and I get a lot of first run movies that just come on a Fire Stick. I watch them out. But there's some movies I want to spend my money for, and I like to support black creatives. That's another way for me to do it. Let me see. Let me see. TNT writes, my man turned down his returning role in Black Panther 2 for Nope. I say bad choice. I don't know. That's you talking about Daniel Kaluuya? I don't know. It'll make, if he shows up in Black Panther 3, it'll make it even doper. I don't know. We shall see. Let me see. Shaba writes, how many Karens and Darrens will be outraged when J-Raj opens black castles? Is everyone ready for a white castle takeover? Oh, yeah, I saw that. Is that what that is? Black Castle? Okay. Same basic concept with the small burgers? Okay. I ain't mad at that. I saw him post that. I didn't know what he was trying to do. I didn't really right understand it. But it's so basically it's white castles, only he's calling it black castles. Okay. Cool. I'm with the business. It's all going to come down to the execution. We'll see. Iona writes, good morning, Nathan and Chop. I saw the movie was good. I got the message. Well, I think it did. Good for conversation. Happy anniversary. Hey, good morning to you, Iona. Good to see you. So you saw it, huh? Okay. Yeah, it was so much to do over the weekend. So much to do. I really wasn't out and about at the festivities downtown, which is a departure for me because I'm nursing a bit of an injury. So I got to make sure I get to 100% or I'll be nursing this shit for the next year or so. And I don't want to be doing all of that. Excuse my language. Lord, forgive me for my brash delivery. But I do know that it was a great weekend. It's just going to grow. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. I think it's great for Cincinnati. It's great for the culture. And we'll see what happens next year. It's going to be dope. Drop Rice. Nate, are you taking calls? I'm not taking calls this morning. I'm not. If you want to take a video call, I can bring you on video like I do guests. Just let me know, and I'll put the link in the description, and you can video call in. Stefan writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Kenneth writes, art imitates life. They put it in your face. Happy anniversary. Time flies when you're having fun, absolutely. But you know what? Time flies, period. You know, I think back to when we were newlyweds, when we first got married, and it seems like it was a long time ago, and at the same time, it doesn't seem like a long time ago. Like to say I've been married for 22 years is nothing. It was never anything I was trying to do. I never thought I would be married at all, let alone for 22 years to the same woman. But you know, when it's why change if it's good? Let me see. Jericho writes 22 years, good googly. Hell, I'm just trying to make it 4 years. Happy anniversary. Um, I'll say it again though. One of the best things we did is that we didn't have kids off the rip. You know, we waited 5 years, so I had all that time. It was just me and her to just develop our relationship and just figure out who we were. We were just big kids. Like when you marry without children, you basically just big kids. You know, that's basically what you are. You just grown up kids. You know what I'm saying, living your best life. And so we got a chance to experience and all that. So when the kids came along, it was like, okay, we had that time. So I recommend anybody and everybody, unless you got a plan, you know, if y'all want to have kids, spend some time getting to know you and your husband first. Just the two of y'all, just the two of y'all before y'all start bringing these other people in. Cause it's going to split you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to naturally split your time. Shaba writes, Raekwon, the chef, cooked up the square with the classics over the weekend. I was definitely surprised at all the women reciting the lyrics. So proud to know it's some woo women out here. Okay, that's right. Raekwon was here. Shout out to J. Raj and shout out to all the people that brought the events over the weekend. Props to them. Props to them. Great. Brent writes, I personally know 7 black couples who have been married 25 or more years. You know, if you've been married anywhere near 20 years, man, you done went through all the ups and all the downs. You done probably seen it all and done it all. And what I would say is never say what you will and what you won't deal with. Because life has a way of making you eat your words and putting you exactly in a position that you say you don't want to be in. Brent writes, marriage is the toughest job you ever have. I don't think that's true. The toughest job you're ever going to have is finding out who you are. That's the toughest job you're ever going to have. The toughest job in the world is figuring out you. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know I'm right. The toughest job in the world is not dealing with somebody else. That's easy because you can always choose to leave a marriage. I'm not one and have never believed staying in a bad marriage because of no gosh darn vows. Jesus, God, whoever the hell, they'll get over it. They'll get up, but I'm not going to wreck my life and be living painfully and hating this and hating that for some damn vows. It ain't worth it. I recommend you do the same thing. Don't do it. That's not going to do it. Vows don't stop anything. Vows don't stop you from cheating. Vows don't stop you from whatever the hell a human going to do, you going to do it. And vows don't mean a damn thing. That's not what stops people. What stops people is them. You show me somebody that says, well, I didn't cheat because of my vows, or I don't do this. It's really them. They just got a personal standard that they're not willing to breach. Because them vows don't mean a gosh darn thing at all. They don't mean nothing. Zero. It's the person. It's that individual who decided this is what I'm going to do, or this is what I'm not going to do. That's what it comes down to. I'm just telling you, but I'm speaking to the choir here. I know I'm speaking to the choir. All that yibbity do. I say keep it 100. And see, the thing about marriage is it's so many people out there and there's so many different things. You can find somebody that's exactly into whatever you're into. Might take you some time, but you can find somebody that's exactly your match. There's somebody for everybody. That's why I say there are no ugly people. I don't believe in ugly. I've never seen an ugly person in my life. I don't know what that is. Not physically anyway. You know, you might have some ugly personality, but you know, you can deal with all of that. Let's move on. Good morning to you. I used to tell people to get a divorce. Now I say divorce. I'm not suffering in an unhealthy marriage. I know that's right. I ain't doing it either. No, and neither is the wifey. We're together because we both mutually choose to be together. When one of us decide not to, it's over. Simple as that. That's it. That's it. That's all. When it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's not. And then the other thing is what I've been learning is that one of the biggest age groups of people that are getting divorced are older people, people in their 40s, 50s. They've been married 15, 10, 15, 20 years. And now they realize I don't want to be married no more, because they feel like the marriage has been stifling them. These are people who really didn't know who they were. And it took 10, 15, 20 years. And again, it's a lot of people, man. You get married. Now you all caught up with what your spouse thinks. You have a kid. Oh, Lord, you have a kid. Oh, your focus is gone now because now your focus is on your children. So there's people out there, primarily a lot of women out there who got married. They start having kids. And now they're reaching that age of their kids leaving and they're examining their whole life. And they're like, shh, why did I do this? Right? I'm not as happy as I thought I could have been and all this kind of stuff. The number one thing in the world is to know yourself, to know what you like, what you don't like, what you really like, not what you think you like, but what you really like, who you really are, what's really motivates you, what really gets you off, what really gets you going. What's your real spark? A lot of folks, they never figure that out. You never figure it out because they got kids. They got grandkids. They got a husband. They got a wife. They got a job. And that just takes all of their focus. Good morning to you. Yo, Nate, don't forget to add a successful weekend police officer involved shooting and shooting on the square, which the news wish they could call a mass shooting. Cincinnati definitely on the map. Yes, I'll get to that. So I am aware that there was an officer involved shooting. I did see the body cam footage. I'm telling you, that body cam footage always comes quick when it appears that the officers did nothing wrong. I saw it. In my opinion, I mean, what you want the officer to do? This man reached in and got a weapon and pointed at the officer. There's not a person right now that's listening that if you had a weapon on you, that you wouldn't pull your weapon to defend yourself. So it appears from what I see that it was justified, but they got to do all of the investigations. We can't jump to any conclusions. We'll have to wait and see. I do know there was a shooting on the square and there was a stampede of people. People start running away. Was anybody down there when that happened? That was on Saturday night, but then the festivities came back and everybody did their things on Sunday. Like there's only so much that the police can do. Like we live in an open carry state. Did anybody see anybody open and carrying? I mean, like literally in Ohio, in Cincinnati, you could have saw some people walking around with guns on their hip. You can do that legally in Ohio. From time to time, you'll see that. You'll see somebody walking around with a holster on their hip. You know what I'm saying? So in a world like that, where people have weapons available, can you stop somebody from firing a shot? No. And then for what I got, people reacted, they ran, and I hope nobody really got injured or hurt during the running and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want that kind of stuff to happen. But how you gonna stop it? How do you stop that? Dale writes, Nope is a good movie. Marisha writes, good morning. I say it's worth your time if you're into sci-fi. Gladys writes, my parents divorced after 47 years. The judge had tears in his eyes. I don't know. That marriage thing, but 47 years is a good run, Gladys. That's a long time. Hell, if you get a good 7 years out of a marriage and y'all decide to split, that's a good long time. I just don't think that we look at, like, not every marriage is going to end with, till death do us part. You know what I'm saying? Not every marriage, because people come into marriages and they don't know themselves and then they change. So you might not even be married to the same person in some ways anymore. So I get it. It's tough. Kevin writes, good morning, Choppers. Had a great weekend grinding on 2 projects, making it bad to give to my daughter. Let's go get and give the bag. I know that's right. Dale writes, good morning. James, hating on a movie just because you don't like it, don't make the experience miserable for everybody else. It just makes me want to see it more. That's why I choose my words carefully. I haven't said whether I think it's good or bad per se. I just think it's worth your time. It's worth your time if you're into that kind of stuff. The Black Panther presentation at Comic-Con was dope. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Absolutely. There was a movie called Till. It's about Emmett Till. Now that is going to get you emotional. I was getting emotional sitting there next to Medium Buddha because I'm of an age. I can remember looking at Jet magazine. My people, like all black people, had Jet magazines coming to the house. And I remember I'd pick it up, and every year on this anniversary, like on the birthdays or significant historic moments, there was an image of the open casket of Emmett Till. And that was instrumental for me when I was younger. It opened my eyes to just how serious racism really was. When I saw that little boy, I never forget it because I can remember I remember I was Emmett Till's age, and I was looking at the image of him in a Jet magazine thinking, damn, they would do that to me. Over what? So there's a brand new movie called Till, T-I-L-L, as in Emmett Till, and it's coming out soon. And this shit is it's super emotional. I got very emotional watching that. Very emotional because, this is just a little boy. And, okay, he's whistling at a woman. So what? So what? And what they did to that young boy, it should have been done to them, quite honestly. What happened to Emmett Till should have happened to the white man that abducted him. They actually abducted him from his family's home. Walked right in there, pushed his father to the side and grabbed him and took him out, talking about, we'll bring him back. We just want to talk to him. And they found him in is it Tallahatchie River? Body beaten and, deformed. And could you imagine the strength of his mother and the foresight of his mother to say, no, it's going to be an open casket because I want everybody to see what they did to my boy. That was generational right there. That was huge. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Woman King and this Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie coming out. It looks like it's going to be worth my time. But I'll let you know. Kenneth writes, that's happening all around the country in banks. Oh, the way they played Ryan Coogler. Look at this, man. Had this brother in handcuffs. I remember the story. He wrote the money down on a piece of paper because he didn't want to say it out loud. He said he didn't want everybody to know he had a lot of money on him. So he wrote down a piece of paper. The black woman got all of her feelings, talking about she thought that he was trying to rob her, even though he never did anything and had any indication it was a robbery. She called the police on him, talking about, I'm afraid he might have a gun. You know how Ryan Coogler could have been killed right here. In these days and times, you call the police and tell the police you think a black man might have a gun in the bank, and she had no evidence whatsoever. I hope she was fired. I didn't follow the story enough to figure out whether she should have got fired. So this is what happens when they don't recognize you, and this is when they do recognize you. Right? Oh, that's Ryan Coogler. Oh, he's all right. He's all right. He's a multimillionaire. He doesn't need to steal $15,000 from his own bank account. Absolute travesty. Absolute travesty, but it's the world we live in. Class 1 writes, don't wear sunglasses in the bank. A bank teller will ask you to take them off. I've worn my sunglasses in the bank. Yeah. Like I said, I have prescription sunglasses. So, it allows me to see and also protects me from the UV light. And when I walk into the bank, I've done that. I've walked into the grocery store. I just keep them on because I'm not trying to look cool or look some kind of way. I just don't want to take one off and put the other ones on. It's just easier. And I can see. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But I can understand if somebody like gives you an ID and you're the teller, they give you the ID, he got sunglasses on. I can see them saying, hey, can you take the sunglasses off? Okay, great. It's me. I think people understand that if you got sunglasses on, but that's not what happened. The Ballad of OJ. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Let me see. What in the hell is you talking about, Kelly Prather? She says the skin acne condition is really hurting the self-esteem of Keke Palmer. She says she is prettier than Halle Berry. That has someone in her camp gassing her. Kiki is cute in 8 or 9, not in Halle dime. What makes Halle a dime? Because she light skinned with your skin. You all caught her with light skin, dark skin like that, betting public fame. I don't know. I think Kiki Palmer is. I never really looked at her like that. She all right. She cool. So is Halle. Halle all right. Sean writes, good morning, King Nate and the Mighty Choppers. Good morning to you. Nathan, do you cringe or get embarrassed at sexual intimate scenes in movies while watching with the kids? I don't watch sexual intimate scenes with kids. I don't watch that. Who does that? Sean writes, the new Wakanda Forever trailer is going to be fire. Yes, it is. Man, take that pic down. Anthony writes, there are some dumbass criminals, Nate. Saw a story of a cat who robbed a bank. Damn fool wrote the stick note on the back of his mail envelope. Yeah, it is. But that's not Ryan Coogler. Damn, Nate, you act like his ish don't stink. I don't know what you're talking about. Whose ish, Sean? I don't know what you're talking about. Kenneth writes, poor ninja, rich ninja, still a ninja. The Ballad of OJ. Good morning. Let's chop it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Krista writes, I don't rely on other people's opinions about movies. I usually like what people don't like. I've learned to look past it. So depending on how I feel about a movie, I will look at a review. If it's something I'm on the fence about, then I will let a review sway me, depending on who the reviewer is or what they say. But typically, I like to see it for myself. I feel the same way about movies as I do people. I like to judge them for myself. You ever been around somebody or on a job and people are like, oh, well, don't mess with such and such this and such that. You ever had it before? That's humans talking ish about humans. That's happened to me before. I never go by that. I judge people by my experience with them, as I'm sure you do as well. Let me see. You brought up black excellence in movies and show that man's arrest pick, trauma porn. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying. Kenneth writes, when we walk in banks, our skin is a weapon. Burgers will be bigger at Black Castle. Okay, cool. I like it. I like the idea. Shout out to J. Raj. Great. Black Castle sounds dope. Okay, yeah. I wish the best for him. Sounds like McDowell's. Terrace writes, the Cincinnati Black Music Hall of Fame ceremony was spectacular. I was so proud to see such black excellence. Hey, buddy. Yes, you do. Where's that pick at? Huh? Okay, great. It was so proud to see such black excellence. Yeah, I had to hook up for the tickets, but I just wasn't able to attend. Like I said, I'm nursing an injury right now, so I wasn't able to get out as much as I wanted to over the weekend. But I did see a lot of what people were posting. I was grateful for that, and I got a chance to see, inside the festivities. It looked like it was a great time. Shout out to Alicia Reese. I mean, and her her vision, and not just her vision, but her action. A lot of people have vision, but they don't have the action behind it. So it's what difference does it make? But her vision, her actions, she made it happen. And I love it. I think all the black creatives, that's how I look at them, they deserve to be recognized for their contributions to the culture. And it's up to us. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying? To come up with these kind of things. Oh, thank you so much. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Yes, our wedding anniversary was yesterday. Brent writes, Nate, we also waited 5 years before we had children. The best decision we made, right? When it's just you and your partner and it's just the two of you, y'all like it's like an extension of college. Y'all both working. Shh, man, it's the best. It's some really good times. Absolutely. 12 years for me, I was 27 years old when I got married. Really? Okay. hmm Right. The toughest job is being a single parent. Nah. I mean, that's a tough job. The toughest job is finding yourself. The hardest thing that a human being is ever going to do is to figure out them. It's not raising a kid, single parent. That's tough. I can only imagine. I've never done it, but I was raised up by a single parent. And when you're like, when you got a child with a spouse or a woman and you raising a kid together, you see just how important their role is. And sometimes you think, damn, if I didn't have them, this shit would be even harder. So I can speak to it from that perspective. But the hardest thing in the world for any human to do anywhere in the world is to figure out you. Is to figure out you. There's human beings out there that can figure out all kinds of things and still can't figure out themselves. That's the toughest thing. Chris Rice, good morning. What up, Chris? What up? What up? What up? Jerome Rice, finding yourself is, Nate, you're right. Finding yourself is hard. Life can change at any time, any day, any way. At 63 years old, still finding that out. Sister Iris writes that there was no shooting on the square. Police has not verified that. Uh, Tip Tip writes, sheesh, hits home with me. I'm going through this now. Greg writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, Greg. Daryl writes, and this is Daryl Carpenter. I don't F with a crowd of nigwas. Me and the wifey was up at Liberty Town Square, not Fountain Square. Crowd of nigwas, huh? Okay. The shot was reported from Governor Square. Folks ran to Fountain Square. Yep, that's what I read. That's what I read in the local news as well. And then, how can police stop that? You can't stop somebody. You can't pat down every single person that's going to be in a downtown area. I mean, that's just a tremendous task. And it might even cause more problems than what we had. So Greg writes, I was at Fountain Square on Saturday briefly. I wanted to check out the vendors, music, and food. Unfortunately for me, by the time I got there, the rapper I really wanted to hear, Raekwon, had finished his sets. Then why'd you get down there so gosh darn late? Get down there earlier, man. Yeah, there's some people have transitional lenses. Those are cool. Those are cool. Charles writes, I was downtown, the old school happy hour. It was cool until the end. All they had to do was go home. It was over. Sister Irish writes, the Cincy Water Boys, aka Brothers in Motion, were doing their thing on Saturday at Festival 513 in front of the stadium selling water. They met their goals. If you stop by and support it, thank you. That's great to hear. Brothers in Motion, I like that. Hey, Nate, can I get some harp effects for Danietta Bailey? Because her in a sundress is everything, especially with her intellectual brain she has. Is that right? A classy one writes, don't play the color card. It was a joke. Nate and Hallie had no problem with Kiki saying that. Okay. Anyone see that video circling on Facebook where some kids were swimming in a Fountain Square fountain like it was a pool? I've seen people do all kind of stuff. I would never do it because people pitch pennies and nasty ass coins in there, but I've seen people put their dogs in there. Was Junior just doing the Running Man? Yeah, he's pretty good at it. That's his one little dance that he's got down. He's got it down, so he does it all the time. As long as Black Castles don't cook the raw meat into the buns like White Castles, I think that's what's giving people horrific White Castle gas. Okay, I don't know. That's not what it is. It's the onions. That's what it is. Most people stomachs can't deal with the onions. I used to work at White Castles. White Castles, to me, is one of the best fast food restaurants before they started improving their menu and expanding their menu. It's a very simple formula. You got bread, you got meat, you got water, you got onions, and you might have cheese. Real simple. Real simple. White Castle burgers are the easiest to construct from like a worker standpoint. You just flip them, stack them, put them in a box. There it is. You ain't got to put cheese and lettuce and mayo and all this kind of stuff on there. So we'll see. I mean, I wish him the best. Yeah, I had planned to go, but like I said, I'm nurturing an injury to my left foot. So I gotta let this heal up all the way before I get out here and start getting back to what I was doing. I hate it too because it's slowing me down, but this is life. I had planned on it for multiple reasons. I wanted to get some footage, but it is what it is. L.A. Reid flying in for Midnight Star. I did see that. Yep, super dope. Props to Alicia Reese and all the people that made it happen. Her whole team and everybody. Keisha writes, I had a great time coming home this weekend. No shooting. You know how? When one person run, we all run. That's what happened. I'm with it. I'd have been running too, I guess. Irish writes, Shot Spotter did determine shots from Government Square. Right. They got the Shot Spotter downtown as it should be, especially after that shooting at the Fifth Third Bank down there. Remember that? Yeah, dope. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. Yeah, officers that was running to deal with it. It wasn't like those officers down in Uvalde. They were scared to walk inside the building. But Kenneth writes, our people just spent $100 million on singing, dancing, and drinking, and we don't own jack ish. Celebrating failure, our people. Well, it depends on how you look at that. You say we don't own ish. So you're right. Like the biggest percentage of the money is going to go to the hotels. It's going to go to the hotels. That's where I think the biggest percentage of the money for people over the weekend is going to go, because that's going to be one of your biggest expenses. What's the next biggest expense? Probably food. So the way I look at that, Kenneth, and I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say we just out there singing and dancing for no reason. I hear what you're saying, but that's how capitalism works. Like, and I've made this point before, and I'll make this point again, Kenneth. Like, I hear what you're saying, bro. I think you're being a little bit unfair. I do, because, it's all about what you build. So you got these events that came in this past week. Well, if you haven't created a net to catch any money, then you ain't going to catch no money. Right? If you don't have a restaurant, or if you don't own something or some type of service or business that crowd is going to pay you for, then you ain't going to make no money. So that means there's an opportunity for next year and the years in the follow. You're going to have all this traffic downtown. Then it's incumbent upon you or us as individuals to build something that can make money out of it. You know what I'm saying? So J-Raj built the Black Taste, right? That puts him in a position to make money off of it. People that bought booths, right? They're vendors, whether they're selling, crafts or they're selling food. They put themselves in a position to make money of it. Brothers in Motion, aka the Water Boys of Reading Road. They're selling waters on a hot day. They're putting themselves in a position to sell something. So nobody's going to come to your house and put money in your pocket. That's not how it works. But when these opportunities, these festivals, these events crop up, well, smart people try to figure out a way on how to make money out of it. So there were Black people that made some money. You know what I'm saying? How much they made, I don't know. But some Black people made money. You got some Black-owned restaurants. I know Righteous Room was packed every night. The Black-owned restaurant right next to the Righteous Room was packed. It was packed. I was told. It was packed. Well, that's because they set up a business and put themselves in a position to actually make the money. So, opportunities don't make a difference if people don't take advantage of it. We got to take advantage of it. So, yeah, let's so it's incumbent upon us, Kimmeth, to figure out a way to make money off the singing, the dancing, and the drinking. So I don't think that we're celebrating our own failure. I don't believe that. So you had primarily Black artists. They got paid. Raekwon, Janet Jackson, all the people who were on stage, they got paid for that. So how's that a failure? People got entertained. They got a chance to unplug from the COVID and their jobs and the racism and the Congress and Trump and everything that's going on where they got a chance to unplug and just have some fun. That's a good thing. So I don't think it was a failure, bro. It's just, it all depends on whether you're going to put some actions behind your ideas and create something that might make some money for you. Some people did that. Some people didn't. So I think that's harsh, Kenneth, but we can always agree to disagree, brother. I think that's harsh. I think you're being a little harsh, but it's okay. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you're going to do. That's why I keep saying a lot of people like to point fingers and all this kind of, man, what are you going to do? What are you going to build? What are you going to create for the culture? Like the easiest thing in the world to do is to sit around and criticize somebody else and what they built. Why you ain't built shit. That's easy. That's comfortable. That's safe. You know what I'm saying? Too many people play it safe. They never create anything or build anything in part because they're afraid of what people gonna say. They might criticize me. Man, bump all of that. Get out here and make something happen, Captain. Let me see. What am I looking for here? Nah, we don't want to play that. The Running Man. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Black Tech Week. I was happy. I'm not happy to see, or should I say, I think that Black Tech Week was a big success, and it's just gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And the folks behind Black Tech Week can do better. I reach out to them. Haven't got a response yet. I'll let you know if they do respond. Sean writes, no, Cash writes, I miss Glenn. Sean writes, many black vendors made good money, right? Yeah. Sister Irish writes, they have food trucks down there that are black owned. So black people made money. But you can only make money if you set yourself up to make money. That's it. Yeah, those food trucks, man. Whew. Man. Food trucks can make a lot of money. She writes, virtually everything was fried down there, so I didn't eat. Well, you know what that tells me is there's an opportunity. There's a hole in the market. Because I'm with you right there. I don't eat fried stuff either unless I fry it myself. And usually the only thing I fry is typically salmon. And that's with, the best olive oil you can find. I'm sorry, avocado oil you can find. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. But that to me tells me that there's a hole in the market. So why can't somebody start their own plant-based? It could be a plant-based food truck because people will buy it. Plenty of black people, especially a lot of these millennials, are more like plant-based these days. Seems like there's an opportunity in the market, perhaps next year. TC writes, I didn't go nowhere near Cincy this weekend. Okay. Pamela writes, I saw an older man selling velvet Tupac pictures. He was mean mugging people because nobody was stopping by his stand. Well, he needs to rethink his brand. He needs to rethink his brand or his location or his approach. The hell is you mean mugging people for? Irish writes, Liz Rogers cooked for Janet Jackson for the entire weekend. I saw that. Props to her. I've been telling people about Wing Champs. From what I read, the Ricky Morning show crew, they went out to Wing Champs, had some eats out there. And then I saw that Liz Rogers posted that she was cooking for Janet Jackson. That's great. I saw it. I was like very happy for Liz. Good things are happening. That's a beautiful thing. Kenneth writes, Nathan, our people made crumbs compared to the corporations. $188 room for $800. Stop it. I'm not sure what your point is. What's your point, Kenneth? What's your point? You're right. And it doesn't mean, so what does that mean for next year? You know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying, Kenneth, and you are right. We talk with some brothers that's involved with this over the years, and I've asked them, and they've told us the majority of the money goes to the hotel industry because that's the biggest expense. How many black-owned hotels are there in the downtown area? Ain't a whole lot, if any. So we know that off the top, the majority of the money, we know where that's going. The Music Fest is not black-owned. The music fest is not black owned. It could be. You know, what's to stop a black owned organization from creating their own music event and doing it sometime this summer? You know, what's to stop that? So I'm with you on that. You had a lot of Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and people that made money. You know, you get in where you fit in, Kenneth. You get in where you fit in. There's people that made a lot of money over the weekend. Black-owned vendors. You got black-owned restaurants. Did the cinema bar open downtown? I forget the brother's name, but he owns that. It's across the street from Nostalgia on Vine Street. Did that open? Because I ran into the brother at the table event going back like a month ago. He told me he was going to open this weekend, and I had planned to go out and support. But like I said, I'm nursing an injury, I didn't get a chance to get out. So, you know, black people made money. Black people made money where black people have created avenues for them to make money. So I think, what's the moral of the story, Kenneth? That we don't go out and support it all, or do we think to the future? We think, okay, so next year, you know, per what Angela just said, Angela's on some plant-based diet type stuff, right? She said she couldn't find none. So what does that tell you? There's an opportunity for somebody to create a plant-based, I don't know, vendor booth or something like that. People will buy it. People will buy it. Irish Rice, we do need to own a hotel downtown, though. Absolutely. She said the women were out smoking like chimneys more than men. Were they? Do you? I'm going to tell you another event that's coming up. It's called Blink. That's coming up soon. Before you blink, it'll be here. It's going to be an outdoor nighttime event where they do all the lights and everything. We need to be getting in where we fitting in and coming up with ideas right now. Jericho writes, I miss Glenn too. Oh, absolutely. Glenn was a real one. He was a real one. Absolutely. I miss him too, y'all. Absolutely. Yeah, not olive oil. I meant avocado oil. Yeah. And even there's only one brand of avocado oil I mess with. It's called Chosen Foods. It's pricey, but there was a recent study done, and what they found, of all the store-bought brands, that had the highest concentration of real avocados, real organic avocados in it. So get in where you fit in. Kevin writes, went to the economic inclusion event on Friday, sponsored by my employer and several other good corporate neighbors. Great info to share with entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, and WBE and MBE enterprises. All right. Jason Dunn released a good report as a blueprint to build more of Black-owned opportunities. Okay, I'll check that out. Lando and J. Raj is on their way towards that, creating their own music festival. I can see that. There's no reason why they can't. You know, there's no reason why we can't have. Why we only got to have one weekend like this? Why can we have a weekend every month in the summer? Something in June, something in July, something in August, something in September. Why can't we have like a big black-owned weekend, at least one time every day of the hot months? Why can't we have that? There's no reason why we can't do it again. There's no reason why. There's no reason why we can't say, hey, listen, you know, we're going to do another music festival. This time is going to be in August. There's no reason why we can't do that. It can be in early August. You know what I'm saying? We can do something in June. You know what I'm saying? We can do something in September. There's no reason why you can't have multiple events. And I'm sure smart people feel the same way. And I'm sure they're working on it. I'm sure we'll hear about it soon. Tracy writes, there is a huge international jazz fest coming soon. Got my tickets. Absolutely. Get your tickets. Get it in. They have plant-based food trucks here. Yeah, I've seen them before. Yeah, there's plenty of plant-based, food trucks and vendors and stuff to do that kind of stuff. that's out and about right now. But family, I gotta make a move. Gotta make a move this morning. Got many things to do. Got a project I've been late on that my back's up against the wall. I got to make sure I get this up and out, and some other things I got going on this morning. So I really appreciate you for being here. Okay. Have an excellent rest of your day, and we'll catch up on Monday. Now, because the show's a little bit shorter, I'd like to do at least a solid 2 hours with you. We started a little bit after 7:30 this morning. I may do something throughout the week. I mean, throughout the day. So, we can live stream it every time at any time. So just keep your eyes open for that. Have an excellent rest of your day, my friends. Remember our motto: winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning. And we'll talk real soon. Until next time, I'm Nate Ivy, and I'm out.